Welcome to KBM Sports Talks. I'm Kevin. And today, you guys, we got our first video of this series, which is college football conferences, previews / predictions. And honestly, you guys, this is going to be a really fun series. We have 24 videos because there's 24 conferences. And if you're wondering why there's so many conferences, it's because we're going to be doing the FBS, which is your American, your ACC, your Big 12, your Big 10, your SEC, Sun Belt, Conference USA, Independence. All those conferences we're going to be doing. And then we also are going to be doing the FCS, which is another, we have the Big Sky, the Southland, SWAC, MEAC, a lot of conferences, you guys. And it's going to be a fun time. Throughout this whole week, we'll be getting these videos out for you. It's going to be a fun time, you guys. You guys are going to love these. And our first conference, you guys, that we will be starting out with is Conference USA on the FBS. The FBS will be coming out before the FCS, you guys. So letting you guys know that now. So Conference USA is the first team or the first conference to be getting done. There's 14 teams in this conference, and it's a lot of teams. And this conference is split into two sides. You have the East and the West. So what we'll be doing, you guys, is going from the East side first, going from 7 to 1, and telling you who I think is going to finish 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Just like it's going to be just like for that for the West, you guys. And every team's going to get like a 30 seconds to a minute brief on like what I think about them, what is going to happen, who they're going to lose to, what they're going to win, like stuff like that. Just like a little preview of the team, talk about the team a little bit quick, because we don't want to make this video too long. And you guys, I can tell you guys you're going to enjoy this. But right now, I need you guys to hit that like button. The goal for today's video is to get to 4 likes. Hit that like button, you guys. Just 4 likes. Just 4. That's the goal for this video. Make sure to hit that, please. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, too, if you haven't joined the KBM Sports Talk family. Right now, we're on the road to 75. We're at 63 right now. Let's get that to 75, you guys. I know we can. Let's go. We have a big next 3 weeks. I promise you guys, you're not going to miss it. If you want to join the KBM Sports Talk family, hit that subscribe button if you already have. Thank you so much. And let's get into the video. Get started. We're going to start with Conference USA East side first. And you guys, who I have finishing 7th and basically finishing last in Conference USA is Old Dominion. Old Dominion, they haven't been good the last, I don't even know, I think it's been like 4 or 5 years at this point, probably even longer. They aren't that good. They are only returning 4 starters on offense, 3 on defense. They have a freshman quarterback coming in, but it's going to be a battle between their returning quarterback that is from last year, but a freshman's going to take his spot, people are saying. And the freshman is Hayden Wolf. And I think that is a good move. Get some new depth, get a new look, because they need it. Last year, you guys, they finished 1-11, and I don't think they're going to do much better. I think this year they are going to go 1-11 too, 0-8 in their conference, finishing in 7th in the Conference USA East. That's what I think. Their only win will be go against Hampton week 2. Sorry, Old Dominion fans, you ain't going to do much better this year. Now we go to 6th place, who I have finishing 6th in the Conference USA East, which is FIU, or Florida International University. You guys, last year in the COVID season, as you want to call it, they finished 0-5 in the season. 0-3, obviously, in Conference USA. They lost to Liberty, Middle Tennessee, Jacksonville State, Florida Atlantic, and Western Kentucky. And they did score a good amount of points. They did. And they are returning a good amount of players. 7 on offense and 9 on defense, you guys. They are returning a good amount. But they have a whole new system that they're going to be getting used to. The line is only returning 2 starters out of 5. That is big. That is not really, that's bad right now, right there, you guys. They lost their quarterback. They lost their starting quarterback. They do return on defense, or they do return on offense. Senior running back Devontae Price, junior tight end Sterling Palmer, That's their only upside, you guys. Only positive thing about FIU, because they're not going to do much better. They are in a rebuilding phase for them. So I think that they will be finishing with a record of 2-10, you guys. I think they will be finishing 1-7 in their division or in the conference, and I think that they will go with a 2-10 record, you guys. 2-10 record for FIU. Sorry, FIU fans, it's another bad year for you guys. They will be finishing 6th in the Conference USA East. So now, finishing 5th, you guys, in Conference USA East, we have Charlotte 49ers. So finishing in 5th place, you guys, in the Conference USA East, I have Charlotte 49ers. I have the Charlotte 49ers finishing in 5th place, you guys, because they do have a really hard schedule. It's not that hard, but they have a pretty hard schedule. They have Duke first game, then they get an easy cupcake Gardner-Webb, then they get at Georgia State, and then week 5 they have to play against Illinois in Illinois. That isn't easy. And then they also have to play at Louisiana Tech this year. I mean, at least they don't got to play Florida Atlantic and Marshall at their respective homes. No, they get to play in Charlotte, so that's a positive for them right there. And they do return their starting quarterback from last year, Chris Reynolds, but they also did lose some big names for the receiving corps, but they also returned 7 of their returning starters on offense, and they also returned 5 on defense. So they have that's pretty good right there to build off of, but I don't think that they are going to have a good year. I think that the talent in the Conference USA is very good this year. I really do, and I don't think Charlotte has enough to compete with it. Yes, they do have some good players, but I think other teams in their conference have better and did better in the transfer portal than Charlotte did. So I think Charlotte, at the end of the day, I think Charlotte will finish 4-8 and have a 3-5 conference USA record. So I think they will finish 5th in the East, Conference USA East. Finishing in 4th, you guys, I have, in the Conference USA East, I have Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. I have them finishing in 4th because they have a good team. They did do good. They do have a pretty good team in the transfer portal. They made some nice moves. They just didn't get a lot of returners back. 5 on offense. They lost their quarterback. They're starting a senior, but they didn't incorporate. They are a running team, or they are more of a passing team, you guys. And I feel like last year they missed on an opportunity to be a really good team with Pigram, their old quarterback. He was a great runner, and they never really used him as a runner, and they should have, because they would have won a lot more games. They would have not finished 5-7 last year. They probably would have finished 7-5, I bet, because he was a good quarterback, and I think that they lost out on the opportunity last year. So that's why I'm saying this year, I don't think they're going to have a good bounce back year. I think they are going to finish, again, 5-7. And this year, though, I do think they will finish 4th because they have enough talent, better than Charlotte, better than Florida International. They do. They have a good wide receiver core, one of the best in Conference USA, and they also have a great defensive line. They really do. They have a pretty good defense. They've always had a great defense. Last year, they were 8th in passing defense, so they do have great there. So that's Western Kentucky. They have a great team, but I just don't think they have enough to be able to compete to get higher. I think that they will finish in 4th place this year in the Conference USA East. So now we go into our top 3. Finishing in 3rd place in the Conference USA East, you guys, I have Middle Tennessee State University, the Blue Raiders. Yes, last year, this is a big surprise for most people because last year they finished 3-6, 2-4 in Conference USA. But this year, you guys, they returned 10 of the returning starters on offense and 10 returning players on defense. They're also returning Reed Blankenship and Gregory Great. They're 2 outstanding safeties, and they also returned that defensive line that wasn't terrible, but they have more experience now, and they have a very young team that they don't have that many seniors, you guys. They really don't. They really do not have a lot of seniors. They do have some challenging games. They start the season off with Monmouth. That's a win. But then they go to play at Virginia Tech, at UTSA. So those are two pretty hard games. But then they get Charlotte. They will beat Charlotte. And then they go play Marshall, and then they play at Liberty. So 2 back-to-back games right there that are killers. But then they go and play at Connecticut, which I do think they will beat Connecticut, you guys. And then they end the season pretty easily. They have a hard schedule, you guys. They do. I'm not going to lie to you. They have a pretty hard schedule. But I think that this team is good. They have good experience. They brought their players that came back are great. And also, you guys, another secret thing that these guys have, they brought in old North Carolina State quarterback Bailey Hockman. You guys, that's a huge pickle for them. Most people aren't talking about that. That is going to be a difference maker, and I think that's what's going to push them over the edge to get to a finish with a 6-6 record, you guys. They are going to beat Southern Miss and UConn this year, you guys. I tell you guys, they are going to beat those 2 teams right there. Those are 2 big wins, in my opinion, like that people are going to talk about. Yes, UConn isn't that great, but Southern Miss is a pretty young, good, up-and-coming great team. But yeah, I think they will finish 3rd, and they will finish 6-6, and I think they will finish in 3rd place this year. Now, we go to who is going to be finishing 2nd in the Conference USA East, you guys, and it will be Florida Atlantic University, the Owls. You guys, this team always has a great coach that is trying to bounce back from having a crappy year at another team that got fired. Florida Atlantic, they had Lane Kiffin before. Last year, they did take a huge step back. They were 5-4, and the year before that, they were 11-3, but they had Lane Kiffin then. And now this is Willie Taggart's going to his 2nd year as head coach. And I think that he will provide some great for them. I think he will. They also have a great battle going for quarterback. They are returning all 11 starters on offense. They have a great class coming in. They have a very well recruiting class for transfer portal and in general. And then they also are returning 10 of their starters on defense. So they have... That's 21 out of the 22 starters on both sides they were returning. That is an amazing feat that most teams do not do. So that is something that is to look out for if you're Florida Atlantic. But you guys, I don't think they will win this side of I don't think they will win the Conference USA East because of how good the other team is that's left. But Florida Atlantic will finish in 2nd, and I believe they will finish the season with an 8-4 record in 2nd place, which is a very good record. I do believe they will lose to Florida, UAB, and Marshall. And I do think that they will drop the Georgia Southern game too. That is my opinion. So, now who's going to be winning the Conference USA East, you guys? It will be Marshall. The Thundering Herd will win it again. They won the East last year too with a 7-3 record and a 4-1 in Conference USA. Well, this year, you guys, I believe they will go 10-2. Their only 2 losses will be App State and UAB with 7 wins in a row, and then they lost their last 3. So that's not a great finish there. And they also throw in Rice. They lost, but they got shut out by Rice. So who really knows what's going to go on Marshall? But they are returning their great quarterback Grant Wells. Great year last year, over 2,000 yards, which is awesome. And I think he's going to have another great year. So I think Marshall will go 10-2, losing to App State and UAB this year. They can also go 11-1. They can. Just think that the App State, they will lose to App State. It's the only thing. That's what I have to say. That is your winner in the Conference USA East. Now, you guys, let's get into the Conference USA West. So now, we go to who's going to be finishing 7th in the Conference USA West. And, you guys, it will be UTEP. I say that UTEP will finish in 7th because they didn't bring in a great recruiting class. It is very hard for them to get a good recruiting class because, yes, they're in Texas too. They're probably the least known Texas team or college in Texas for Division I. So that's why I think they will be finishing in 7th because they did return 8 starters, but they're getting a new quarterback and a new running back, you guys. And they also have 6 returners on defense. I just think that they don't have enough pieces, and they actually have a very hard schedule. They start off. They do have New Mexico State, Bethune Cookman. Then they go at Boise State, and then they have New Mexico. Well, New Mexico and New Mexico State. People say they're easy. New Mexico is not easy. New Mexico State, yes, but think they're going to lose to Boise State and New Mexico. I just think so. I don't think they're going to have a great year. But it's going to be one of those bounce back years. They're going to finish 3-9, 1-7 in Conference USA. Now we go to 6th place. Who will finish 6th in Conference USA West? Well, it'll be Rice. Rice will finish in 6th place. You guys know why? Because they just don't have the pieces. They don't have the pieces yet. They really don't, you guys. I feel bad, but they just don't have the pieces. They have a pretty decent team. They will be one of those hard-hitting teams, but I think that next year they will be. Next year they will be a pretty decent team. They will have a better record, but this year I think 3-9 they will finish with a 2-6 record. Yes, I know last year they were 2-3 in all, but I think they will get one more win than they did last year with 3 wins, and they will finish 3-9. I mean, hey, that's better than at least they're improving on wins. That's the only thing you can think of. And they also have a really good offensive coordinator that is going to be incorporating some new West Coast stuff for Rice. So it's a good thing to look forward to. So now we go to 5th place. Who will be finishing in 5th in the Conference USA West? Well, you guys, it will be North Texas. North Texas last year finished with a 4-6 record. They did make a bowl game, but they got destroyed. But now I predict that they will be finishing in 5th, and their record won't really improve. They will just add 2 more losses to them. They will finish 4-8 with a 3-5 record in Conference USA. They are returning they are returning 8 starters on offense and then 9 players on defense, but I just don't think that that talent is there. They could, but this team is one of those teams that they could prove me wrong. They could finish 7-5. They really could. They are a team that could prove me wrong. But I just think that if they fall into the same category with Charlotte and Western Kentucky, like that, they just don't have the talent that I think, because the Conference USA is really good this year, in my opinion. So yeah. Now we go to who will be finishing in 4th in Conference USA West, and it will be Southern Miss. Southern Miss, they had a pretty disappointing season last year. Their coach, after the first game, abruptly resigned. They finished last year 3-7 with 2-4 Conference USA in Conference USA. This year, you guys, they have a great running back that is going to be making a difference. Frank Gore Jr., he's going to be a difference maker, a huge difference maker. So I think that they have a great young team. They have a very young team. They literally only have 5 seniors on defense, and then 3 seniors on offense. You guys, that is an amazing thing. And the thing is, too, they returned 10 of their starting defensive players. So think about that. Only 5 players of those are seniors. That's crazy to think about. And they also got West Virginia transfer quarterback Trey Lau the third to be their quarterback. And they have huge potential. They could finish 8-4. They really could. But I think they will finish 7-5 and 5-4 in Conference USA. So now we go to our top 3 in Conference USA West, you guys. And who will be finishing in 3rd place in Conference USA West? Well, you guys, I think it will be Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Yes, I said it. Louisiana Tech. They are going to be a team that's so under the radar this year. It's not even funny. What they did in the transfer portal was amazing. What they picked up and what they have returning on that defense. That defense is going to be stacked this year. They have a great defense. And their offense is going to be really good too. They return 2 of their receivers. They also are returning their quarterback, Luke Anthony. That's just amazing. They have great players. Yes, I know last year they finished 5-5, 4-2 in Conference USA. 4-2 in Conference USA. Well, you guys, this year they're going to go 6-2 in Conference USA, and they're going to go 7-5, and they're going to finish 3rd in the Conference USA West. And also, you guys, this team did great in the transfer portal. If you're wondering why, because they also got wide receiver transfer Isaiah Graham from TCU. They also got Appalachian State grad transfer Marcus Williams Jr. Like, they did great in the transfer portal, you guys. I'm telling you, they did. They are a team that's going to be under the radar and a team to watch out for. They will finish third in Conference USA West with a 7-5 record, 6-2 in Conference USA. Now, you guys, we go to our top 2. This was very hard to figure out who was going to finish first and second on the Conference USA West. It's very challenging. It's between these two teams. And who I have finishing second, you guys, though, is UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham, the Blazers, with some of the coolest uniforms. They really do have cool uniforms. I love it. But you guys, think UAB is going to finish in second because I think that they have a great time. They brought back some great players. 7 on offense, 9 on defense. But I just think that they may have, their schedule is very challenging. They do. They have 3 games. It seems like they do the 3 games since. They go, first game they have Jacksonville State. Easy. That's a game they should win. Then they go play at Georgia. Okay, they're going to lose that game. Then they go at North Texas, at Tulane, Liberty, Florida Atlantic, at Southern Miss, Rice, Louisiana Tech, and then they go at Marshall, at UTSA, and then end with UTEP. UTEP, that's a great game for them then because that's an easy win. But at Marshall and at UTSA back-to-back, that is killer right there. It's a killer. Then they also have Liberty and Florida Atlantic back-to-back. Yes, it is at UAB, but those 2 back-to-back, that's going to be hard back-to-back. That sucks. So, I think that's why they are going to finish in second because of how daunting their schedule is. They get some breaks, but it's a hard schedule for them. So that's why I think UAB will finish in second in Conference USA West this year. But they also are a team that has potential to win this again, win it back to back to back. That's what I think. So, who I got finishing in first in Conference USA West, you guys? Well, I have UTSA, the Roadrunners. I think they're going to finish in first place because of their talent that they have returned. They are just like Florida Atlantic. They brought back a lot of players. 10 on offense and 11 on defense. And this team is so senior-laden, it's not even funny. This team is made to win this year. They're all seniors, you guys. Literally, not all of them, but like basically more than 90% of the team that are starters are seniors. They have Sincero McCormick, running back, junior, second team All-American, you guys. He is their runner. He is awesome. He is going to be great this year. I think he's going to have another great year, you guys. And I think that they don't really have a challenge. And they have at Illinois, at Memphis. I think that they will beat Illinois, but I think they will lose to Memphis. But then they don't really have any more challenges except for UAB at the end of the year, on November 20th, which I think they will beat them too. So I think that UTSA, you guys, is going to be finishing with an 11-1 record, 8-0 in Conference USA. They will win the Conference USA West, and they will play up against Marshall in Conference USA Championship. And I think that, honestly, they will beat Marshall in the Conference USA Championship, and I think that UTSA will win the Conference USA whole conference. I think they will. I think that they have a chance to make it and be at one of those Group of 5 New Year's Six bowls or something like that. A big bowl they are going to make this year. I believe that UTSA is going to make a really good bowl. I think they're going to be in the top 25 by the end of the year. I really do. So that is my prediction for Conference USA, you guys. Tell me in the comments if you guys agree with me. If you don't, let me know. I want to know. I want to see what you guys are thinking about Conference USA. Make sure to hit that like button. The goal for today's video, as I said in the beginning, is to get to 4 likes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the KBM Sports Talk family if you have already. Thank you for joining the family. And until next time, see ya!